We're celebrating 200 episodes of Good Karma Wrestling, along with Brian Rowitz from ESPN. Hang on, wait for your turn. ESPN West Palm. Brian Rowitz. I'm Jonathan Hood from ESPN Chicago. And let me tell you about Saturday, September 20th, AEW All Out from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Central Time. And think about this. This is going to be on HBO Max. How about that? How about that, Brian? Not only YouTube and Dave & Buster's and Amazon Prime, but also HBO Max. This is big, isn't it, Brian?
That's right, and that's why we have to bring the guy that might be taking home the world title. Not even might be. That will be taking home the world title.
Come on.
Definitely take the future world champion. Say his full name, Hood. Do it. Yes. He's waiting for you.
The prototype Kyle Fletcher, our TNT champion, as Fletcher will take on Hangman Page for the AEW Championship. Now jump in. How are you, sir?
You got my name wrong. The Proto Star, mate.
The Proto Star. Jeez.
Proto Star, Kyle Fletcher with us
this
here.
This guy, come on. I was so excited. I got to be here for 200 and you fucked up my name and now I'm really okay, now I'm not excited anymore. Cool.
Great.
Welcome, sir.
Well, no, I'm just not excited at all. You've ruined everything.
Oh, well. Well, thanks for your time.
Of course.
We are so excited about All Out. Tell us about it, man. Hangman Page, that face-to-face in Philadelphia. Yeah. You could cut the tension with a knife.
Hell yeah. No, I mean, you got to think about it, man. I've been dreaming about this day specifically for my whole life since I was a fan of pro wrestling. You think about when you want to get into pro wrestling, you think about that big first world title win and what it's going to look like. So I'm only a couple of days away from it, which is pretty surreal, man. I'm excited.
How crazy is just the timeline of it all? Like, you are a few years removed from singles competition not really being a thing. So how surreal is that part to you?
Yeah, no, I mean, everything definitely happened a lot quicker than I probably assumed. I think I always kind of knew this is where I was going to end up. I didn't know what the path was going to look like to get here. But yeah, I mean, the thing about wrestling is you really got to take those opportunities and run with them when they come. So I think, I got presented with opportunities and I just smashed them out of the park every chance I got. And it's kind of like a big snowball effect. And somehow we ended up here. I don't know.
Kyle, does the company feel different? Jon Moxley carried the championship the way he wanted to, and now here comes Hangman Page. How different does the company feel now that Page is the champion?
Yeah, I feel like with Mox as champ, it was definitely, I think he did exactly what he set out to do in a lot of ways. I don't think a lot of people liked it at the time. They were like, we want to see someone else, but I think he did exactly what he set out to do. He was waiting for someone to step up, and Hangman, he really found himself throughout that process, and he turned into the world champion that AEW has needed these past couple of years. So I think the company feels very different with him at the forefront. It feels like almost we've come out of this cloud of darkness almost that was the Moxley championship reign, and everything feels a lot more hopeful. We have this momentum now going forward, and we just got to keep capitalizing on it, honestly.
We've talked about it on this show. There is some room at the top of the card. Ospreay's hurt. Swerve is hurt. So that just means room for guys like you to step it up and run with the ball. Does that happen organically, or is there a talk backstage saying like, hey, here's some holes, someone take it? How does something like that come to be?
No, honestly, I think it comes down to people taking it upon themselves to show that they can step up when they need to. I think I've kind of shown throughout this past year since shaving my head, turning into the Proto Star, that I can really step up when the time calls for it. So I think, I think I've proven that time and time again. So when there are those holes, when people get hurt, which is inevitably going to happen, you look for that person that you can trust to fill that spot, that person that you can put in the spotlight, and you know that they're not going to crumble under the pressure. So, I think I was the perfect person for it.
Our TNT champion, the Proto Star, Kyle Fletcher from the Don Callis family with us. You think, Brian, that Toronto's talking about Vladimir Guerrero or Max Scherzer or like Grady Dick? They're not talking about those guys. They're talking about AEW because it's going to be in Toronto.
I have no idea who those people are.
AEW All Out in Toronto, 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock HBO Max, Amazon Prime. Pay-per-views. You know, watching that that promo that you had with Hangman Page. You know what, Kyle?
What?
I think that a lot of people can kind of understand where you're coming from. Just in regular life, it's like, yeah, you know what, you're good, but you're not ready yet.
Yeah.
We'll give you that promotion, but you're just not ready yet. How real does that feel for you for your career? Like, yeah, you're good, but you're not quite on that level yet.
Man, I've honestly, I've dealt with it ever since I started in pro wrestling. I think I started training at 14 years old, which super early, whatever. Ever since then it was, yeah, we want to put you on shows, we want to get you in some matches, but you're just not there yet. You're just not quite there. And then it's followed me everywhere. It's like, oh yeah, you're a tag team wrestler, like you're not quite ready for this, or like, oh, you're not quite ready for New Japan, you're not quite ready for AEW, you're not quite ready for whatever. And it pisses me off, man. It pisses me off when I work so hard to be the best version of myself possible, but people who have no right telling me what I can and can't do, tell me I'm not ready for it. And it hearing it from Hangman's mouth, from the world champion's mouth, it's just lit that fire under me. It's put that chip back on my shoulder. I've heard that my whole life and my whole career. And all it makes me want to do is prove people wrong. So this Saturday, all I want to do is prove Hangman wrong.
It's sort of along those lines. Pro wrestling, maybe more than other sports, the older guys and girls, one of their favorite pastimes is to shit on the current product guys and girls. How do you, as someone that's been on the receiving end the last few weeks, how do you receive some of that stuff?
Look, I think being so young and in this business, you're always taught to keep your mind, your ears open. You can always learn something from everyone. So I think that's always what I try and do. I think a lot of people will jump on these guys and instantly be like, they don't know what they're talking about. I think you have to kind of give them some merit and at least hear them out. I think it's hard when it doesn't come from a genuine place, and I think a lot of these people, they just do it for the clicks, they do it for the whatever. They have their own opinion on what wrestling should be, and that's fine. Everyone has an opinion on what wrestling should be, but it doesn't mean it's the right opinion. Happy to listen to anybody, listen to any critiques that they have of me. That's fine. I'm 26. I'm still trying to figure it out. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, I'm trying to figure out who I am. So yeah, you know what I mean? I'll take everyone's advice, but I'll choose which ones I actually implement.
You know what's funny about this, Brian, Kyle, is like every generation shits on the previous generation. Like it happens all the time, right? You know what they said about the Midnight Express and the Rock and Roll Express? There's like those guys move too fast.
Oh yeah.
You know what the previous generation said about Harley Race because he had a diving headbutt? That guy's too theatric. He's too much of a clown. He was 7-time NWA champion, the traveling champion, wrestling over 300 days a year. Yeah, Harley with the headbutt, coming from the top rope. Yeah, a little bit too theatric. So it happens all the time, Kyle. It's not man. You. It just happens. No, that's just the business, isn't it?
I think people are so caught up in what they grew up wrestling being and what when they were a part of wrestling, what it was. They're not ready for it to evolve. They're not ready for it to move on. And I think it's just proves that the train has left the station for them. That it's passed them by. You know what I mean?
We'd like to ask you: is everything okay with Sky Blue? She had like the match of the year against Toni Storm, which is amazing. But then she was on Collision, so I guess she's okay. How's she holding up?
She had the time of her life. She could not wipe the smile off her face after that match. She loves it. She loves those kind of matches. So yeah, she's stoked, man. She's great.
Whenever we had her on the show, she told us that she's been told she's not around sharp objects, and then we see what happened this past week. So
yep,
how do you watch that as a fan? How do you take in that type of match in the 2300 arena?
Oh, man, I think for me, just knowing Sky so well and knowing what she loves and knowing how much she just always wants to be in those matches, I think as much as to me, I was wincing and like trying not to look at some points, it's just like, I just know that she's having the time of her life out there. So I think for me, yeah, it's just I watch it with a smile on my face because I just know she's having an absolute ball.
Kyle, we're not just some show. You've been on here 18 times, and so you got to give
35. What are you talking about?
So we want you because you're the best representative for AEW.
Yeah,
so we just need to know about Don. What is? Give us a story about Don lately. Something that you haven't told all the other outlets. Give us something about Don because everyone asks you and you give the ancillary answer. We've read your answers. It's like it's a blow off answer. But now you're home. You could tell us. You could give us something about Don because Don is getting so much heat, and boy, like he's amazing. But what have you heard lately about Don? A story he's told you, something that you could tell us.
Well, one of the funniest things he's been doing lately, he's whilst we were in Philly, there was, I don't know why, but he was obsessed with this one steak restaurant, but it closed way earlier than the shows would finish. So it'd be the middle of the show. He's about to go out for his segment, and he's sitting on the phone. He's calling up, ordering this steak to be delivered to the hotel so that he could eat it 3 hours later when it was cold when he got back. I think that's probably the funniest Don thing that I can think of from recent times. Yeah,
cold steak.
Yeah, it was a good steak, I guess, man. I don't know.
Oh my God. Are a fan of this business, and you are days away from being on the same card in Canada as Cope and Cage, as Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. How cool is a moment like that for you coming up this weekend?
Oh man, it goes back to when I got into wrestling. One of the first wrestlers I ever saw was Cope. And then, oh man, growing up and seeing Christian win his first world title and everything, and now just being co-workers with these guys, it's insane. It's very surreal. The amount of times I'll have a conversation with one of them and I'll walk away and I'll just turn to Sky and I'll go, I just had a conversation with Christian. I just had a conversation with Cope for like 15 minutes. That's crazy. It's just, it's very surreal still. Yeah.
So, Kyle, this is episode 200 for us. I would have taken the under. I can't believe we're here for 200 episodes.
Hey, congrats.
Could you give us some advice on how we can stay on the air for another 100?
Just keep getting me back on. You'll get the views, brother.
That's a good point. And we could book ahead. He could be the old guy in a few years and then shitting on the current product.
Let's go. Who are we going to shit on
next? Somehow, I don't think you'll ever. Well, maybe you will. I don't think you'll shit on the next generation. I don't think you will.
I think I'll be so fed up with people doing it to me that I'll just have to. It'll be
circle of life.
Yeah, exactly. Someone's got to do it.
You're just going to stack up championships, and then you're not going to be in this forever, right? I mean,
I don't know, man. I could see me doing it forever. At least till the wheels fall off. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's one of the pillars. We talked about it a few weeks ago because I believe Swerve brought it up about the new pillars of this company. I think you are one of those four. Who else do you put in that list that you're building AEW around right now?
Oh, man. Me. Ospreay. I don't want to. Oh, is it Swerve and Hangman? I think Takeshita. I'm gonna need like 8 at least. Come on.
The very strong foundation.
War's too hard.
That's a lot of brick and mortar. You say it's 8.
Hey, we got too much talent, bro. I can't cut people out.
Okay, so is okay. So Darby, is that part of it?
Darby has to be. I think Mox still has to be, man. He's super important.
MJF.
Give me 10. Give me 10.
All right. Tony Storm.
The Young Bucks.
Yeah, right.
I don't know, man.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. I know.
Says what, you got a jammed roster. It's hard to fit.
Hey, it's hard when you have a roster as deep as we do, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, lastly, we appreciate your time. Tony Khan has addressed it, and so we're just wondering from you, how does the locker room feel knowing that, hey, you've got other organizations bearing down on you, you're going head-to-head sometimes. How does that make you feel that it seems like every time you guys take a step, someone is just trying to get in your shadow and your spot?
Man, I think it's good business practice from the other team, you know what I mean? I think they're trying to squash us. But for me, I just look at it, it puts a chip on my shoulder. I know that this Saturday, we have competition, and my goal is to go out there and have one of the greatest professional wrestling matches of all time so that people go, oh, nothing comes even close to that. Nothing comes close to AEW pay-per-views. So, yeah, that's all it is. It lights a fire under me. All I want to do is go out there and do the best that I absolutely can so I can squish the other guys. You know what I mean?
So HBO Max, first time on pay-per-view, Amazon Prime, YouTube, Dave & Buster's, and so many other places where you can check out AEW All Out from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 Central. Don't you dare miss it. No Blue Jays, no Raptors can even be as hot as this show on Saturday. We appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for all the time that you give us on Good
Pleasure.
Karma Wrestling.
Absolutely. I'll be here anytime you guys need. I'll be here for 300, 400, 500, whatever you guys need.